Hey, what's up, guys? It's Shining Polaris. Here's another short video of tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. This is the fallout from Blood and Guts. And so it was a good episode. I will just say one little thing is that for the show right after Blood and Guts, I was hoping the Golden Elite will be on there in some way, but they didn't. But that's okay, because I'm very sure they're all on vacation or whatever. But we did get a lot of Blackpool Combat Club, so we will talk about them in a second. So the show started out with Orange Cassidy versus AR Fox for the international title. And right before it, they had Darby Allin. This is like a little video segment. Darby Allin talks about AR Fox a little bit. And I just will say I kind of like those little segments like he did with Nick Wayne. Because, you know, it gives the audience get to know the wrestler a little bit better. Some of the ones that are not as popular or as famous. So I like those a lot. And also it builds up AR Fox saying, you know, he's such a great guy. And he is a good talent because he's been like wrestling for almost 20 years or whatever. So you have the match going on, you know, great match because Orange and AR Fox are both very talented. Anywho, Orange, he retains. He beats AR Fox and he retains. But so after the match, we had Orange and Fox, you know, they're doing little sportsmanship. You have Orange Cassidy giving his glasses to AR Fox, that kind of deal. And unfortunately, AR Fox decided to knock Orange Cassidy out. So you're like, what's going on here? Darby Allin comes out and he is like yelling at AR Fox, you know, like, why did you do that? You know, blah, blah, blah. So disappointed in you, that kind of deal. And then, not sure how, but randomly Jon Moxley came out and just went and clobbers Orange Cassidy. So I'm like, wait a second, what is going on here? So I guess he was trying to send a message or whatever. And is that message that it's going to be Moxley going after Orange for the international title? So let me just have a few words about that. I love Moxley and I love Orange Cassidy, okay? Two of some of my favorite wrestlers in AEW. I don't know if I like Jon Moxley going after Orange, because I feel like that All Atlantic International title, you could have any other wrestler, you know, go after that. I feel like Mox should only go after the world title. And then he's in my opinion, like too good for that. So I don't know. I don't like that. I mean, if we're going to give it to, let's say, Yuta, right? Okay, I'll go with that. But I don't know. I don't know if I like Moxley being the one to beat Orange. I mean, there's just so many other wrestlers that could do it. You know what I'm saying? Or that should deserve a shot at that. I mean, I can go back and say, you know, give it to Miro or Andrade or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. So we'll see. But there are more to that in a second. That's just my take on that. I guess we're just setting up to Mox and Orange Cassidy. Anyhow, so after that we have, let's see, we'll go with Jungle Boy's little segment, which was weird. Actually, it's not Jungle Boy, it is Jack Perry. So Jack Perry comes out with his FTW title, goes into the ring and just talks about, you know, just keeps talking trash again about the title, about Hook or whatever. And all of a sudden we have Jerry Lynn comes out to confront Jack Perry. And I'm like, what is going on here? So Jack Perry was basically making fun of ECW, and Jerry Lynn comes over and, you know, tries to defend ECW, saying if it wasn't for him and that company or whatever, maybe there wouldn't have been a Jack Perry. So I guess, oddly, they're going to set up that match, which it is official, Jerry Lynn versus Jack Perry on next week Dynamite. Interesting. I jokingly said, if Jerry Lynn is going to wrestle, even if it's just for a little bit, I'm not sure why we have this feud, but, you know, whatever. I'm all for it. Let's have Jerry Lynn versus Jeff Jarrett. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Let's push these young guys anyway. So that we're gonna have that next week. I am still waiting on Jack Perry and Christian Cage. Where is Christian? You know what I'm saying? He needs to defend his title. So okay. So then after that we had there was several parts, but we got the Don Callis and Chris Jericho thing going on. So here's Don Callis still talking to Jericho about joining the family, and he's saying to Jericho to next week, you know, team up with Takeshita And, you know, and then see how that relationship works out, right? Because he wants him to join the family. Jericho has no problem with that. And then Don was like, now, as your opponents, it's going to be Sammy and Daniel. And Jericho's like, oh, okay. So, on to the next segment. We got Jericho with all of Jazz, right? 2.0 and Tay. And they're just basically trying. I actually like Jazz, no matter how ridiculous they are. So you could just see this, that they're kind of like on their way of breaking up, basically. But they're still trying to get Jericho to change his mind and stick with Jazz. But they're all kind of like, you know, you got Anna saying like, you know, I'm going to be with Hager. If you're not going to be with us, like, we're not going to be with you 100%. You had Angelo Parker with the knife that Jericho gave him, and he's like, I'm not going to give you this knife back yet, that kind of deal. So you kind of like setting up in a way that group is going to break up, which is sad. But, I mean, understandable that group, it's I'm very sure it's time for them to move on with their own thing. All right, then let's see. So there was a couple matches after that I didn't watch too well. We have the Pac versus Gravity. And, again, two very talented wrestlers. I don't have much to say about that because I don't know too much about that. I didn't watch that too well. And then after that we had Britt Baker versus Taya. Now, again, with that, I didn't watch that match too well either. But I watched the end because I was kind of hoping that, in a way, that for some reason, I don't know how it will work out, that Taya will somehow join the Outcast or whatever. So I was kind of hoping for that result. None of that happened. So anyway, let's see. Am I missing something before I go right to the main event? Oh yeah, how can I miss? The only segment I really paid attention to is MJF and Adam Cole. So they're going to have their title shot versus FTR on AEW Collision, which sadly, I cannot watch Collision unless, you know, obviously DVR it. But, because I work too late. But they're just basically, you know, promoting that match. So you need to watch it. This is both MJF and FTR's segment. Oh man, they were throwing shots at each other, man. It's crazy. But during the MJF and Adam Cole little spot, you have Roderick Strong coming in. Now, this whole time in the background, you have Roderick, you know, he's kind of jealous at MJF and Adam Cole because he's like, no, Adam Cole's my friend, you know, and he's not hanging out with me anymore. Then you have Roderick because he has the neck brace and he's like injured or whatever. So anyway, he's just very jealous of MJF, and so him and Adam Cole are like talking, and you know, Adam Cole's trying to reassure Roderick Strong. So anyway, with that being said, my thoughts on MJF and Adam Cole again. So I think there was a tweet earlier this week that said that their "I'm Better Than You, Baby" shirt was like #1 in Shop AEW or whatever, which is like amazing. And so many tweets from like news outlets and stuff are asking the IWC, like, should they break up? So, I mean, so my thing is, I don't even know how to even start. I personally don't think they should break up. And it's gonna suck because I feel like FTR is going to retain, and I am a big fan of FTR as well, but it's like MJF and Adam Cole, they're so hot right now. Like, people just love them, and I love watching their segments. I've seen a couple tweets saying like their friends who either don't watch wrestling or casual wrestling fans love MJF and Adam Cole. They're just, you know, that kind of relationship on screen, like everyone thinks it's fun and, you know, relatable. So like, I don't know how MJF and Adam Cole could lose on Saturday and stay together. Now, I know this is supposed to be leading up to the big match, MJF versus Adam Cole, but I feel like with this such chemistry and everyone likes this team, you can always wait on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure how we could keep. There's got to be a way to keep the team. Now, I'm very sure on Collision, FTR is going to retain with Roderick Strong interfering. I am very sure that's what's going to happen. Now, you could have maybe MJF Adam Cole together against Roderick somehow to try to keep them together. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, for the sake of the team, I would not be against MJF and Adam Cole winning the tag titles. And I know it's like against a lot. I'm really big into tag team wrestling, always have been. And I'm not about random tag teams winning the championship. Like I'm almost never about that. But like this team is just so fun, and like it's bringing a lot of people, to watch wrestling and stuff. So I think for them to win it and to keep this team going on longer, they should retain it. And again, like you could still have it in a way that they'll be together, but there's still some friction. Just like I said before, you could have MJF cheating to win, and then Adam Cole, doesn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they could still be champions and together, but still not like really liking each other. You can have that kind of deal. Like I said, I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, my prediction is absolutely FTR will win, and it's because of Roderick Strong's interference, and I kind of want to see where does that go. And again, just side note, just to be honest, if FTR loses, I'm not going to be disappointed in that, because I want CMFTR to win the trios, okay? So I'm pretty sure we'll get to that one day. All right, so to the main event, which is Blackpool Combat Club versus Best Friends versus Lucha Brothers. This main event, it was really all over the place, but you have like all my favorite teams in there. I'm a big fan of Best Friends, even though I don't talk about them as much anymore. So it's good to see them in a match, even though I knew from all the teams they were gonna lose. And so let me just say at this match, again, at the ending, that's the most important. You had Best Friends, they were on top. And looked like they were about to maybe win this one once in a while, but then Blackpool or whatever, Moxley or whatever, I don't even remember who it was, but started beating them up, and then all of a sudden you have Orange Cassidy comes out, because now he's gonna confront Moxley, because Moxley beat him up earlier. I don't know why. The funniest part of this was you had Yuta at this ramp. And Orange Cassidy just goes and orange punches Yuta right in the face. Like that poor child. And Yuta is their son, if you don't remember that, all right? But I mean theirs. I mean Orange and Chuck Taylor's son. So that was just funny, because it was just so, he kind of walked down casually and then just punched him in the face. All right, so then because of that, you had it was, oh my god, I even forgot who lost that. Well, I know Best Friends lost it, but who pinned? Was it? I want to say Lucha Brothers, but I honestly don't remember. I bet you it was Blackpool, and I don't even remember that. Yeah. But who cares about that, right? Because the whole time it don't matter. This all leads up to next week's match, which is Moxley, Trent, and Penta, like no holds bar match or something for Dynamite. But the whole time I was watching that, you could see Moxley and Orange Cassidy going at it, and I'm thinking, we really gonna have Moxley beat up Orange Cassidy or beat Orange Cassidy for the title? I mean, like I already said before, I'm not really about that, and I'm a huge Moxley fan, but give other people a chance to be a champion. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, I guess I'll just cut that short right there, or just gonna keep on ranting. All right, guys, just letting you know what's coming up this week for me is Impact in Chicago, so I will be posting pictures about that. And then next week, which is why I hadn't been online, I know I'm still online a lot, but I wasn't as much as usual, because I'm preparing for my trip next week, which is SummerSlam, so I cannot wait. I also plan to do a little video like this in my hotel room for SummerSlam as well. So okay, thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Shining Polaris, TikTok at Shining Polaris AEW, and then follow the Yarn Bucks right here at YoungBucks_AEW. I have Nick and Adam up here because it is their birthday this week, so keep a lookout on their page. I got something special for those guys. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.